Dr. Jazz. Dr. Jazz.
It was about 99, 2000, somewhere in there. And I had it in my notice, and then somehow the Bad Plus took off like within a year or two. It was like as if I wrote the script.
How did you guys hook up actually with Reed and Dave?
Well, Reed, we had known each other forever. I'm from a small town in Menominee, and it's a tiny town, 10,000 people or something. And the slightly bigger town over was Eau Claire, which was maybe 40,000 people. But the university there had a somewhat renowned jazz program. And for a year, Reed Anderson went to Eau Claire. I was still in high school, and we met.
Oh, okay.
And I think we pretty much bonded over thinking Charlie Hayden was the greatest bassist, which he is. And he said, you got to play sometime with my friend Dave King. And so we played together like in 1990, the three of us, for a second.
Oh, wow, already. Jeez, wow.
Just like an afternoon. Then I moved to New York. Then Reed moved to New York. And Reed more than Dave or me, I think could have been accepted in the jazz world, because Reed was working as a high-level jazz bassist with star musicians pretty quickly, but he always had other fish to fry.
Nicely put.
But I would say that the three of us still, he's the guy that is the best natural jazz musician. Was Reed Anderson for sure in the band. There was no doubt about that. He could have been one of the top call cats in New York, but I guess he was interested in songs and in concept. And then we played together. He's on my records, and I'm on his records from those early years. And then we played with Dave, and I just remember at the first rehearsal, I thought, this is it. This is fresh. I never heard this before. As I said, I always wanted to be different. I always was looking to make new music. And then at that first gig, I was like, oh, this is the answer. This is obviously the answer. It couldn't be more clear. And the audience response was also over the top. People loved it from the first gig. We'd play for people, and it was just obviously the correct thing to do. And yeah, it was just a confluence of luck and opportunity, I would say. And then within a couple of years, maybe I won't go through all the stages right now. That's funny. I should try to. Well, I'm still.
Oh, man, now you're on the other side. Come on, I love listening to this. It just.
Well, I mean, what happened was. I had started to play with Mark Turner and Kurt Rosenwinkel a bit. And that was literally the first time I played at the Vanguard, was sitting in with Mark Turner.
Oh, really? Oh, man.
It's kind of strange. It's sort of an old school thing, because it doesn't happen at the Vanguard that much. And then Lorraine Gordon, the owner, she took an interest in me. I think we played a tune of mine, and Mark let me have it like a solo intro. And I guess it went well. And after she was like, who's that piano player? And then she came to a gig to check me out.
Oh, wow.
And I brought her a dozen white roses the next day. Hey, Lorraine, thanks for coming again. She's like, oh, Ethan, you're so nice. I can't give you a gig at the Vanguard. I'm like, I know, I'm just bringing you some roses. Then a week later, she calls and she's like, okay, you can have a gig. You can have one night at the Vanguard as part of the JVC Jazz Festival.
Wow.
2002. And I said, great. Amazing. Fine. And then I remember my first thought was I should have a quartet with Mark Turner, Reed, and Billy Hart. Because I've been playing with, and I just thought these are the best musicians I know. And Billy played the Vanguard a lot. Mark was already playing there. And I called Reed and I said, well, I don't know, man. Let's do this gig, but I mean, the Bad Plus is so strong, but can we play the Vanguard? He's like, I don't know. So we both thought about it. And then we talk on the phone a couple days. He was like, man, Bad Plus. And I said, yeah, I guess you're right. We'll play there once, and that'll be it. But at least we can say we played one time. It was sort of like the group with Mark Turner and Billy Hart. It already felt like the past. And the Bad Plus felt like the future. And so we played there, and the first set was great, and Lorraine loved us. And she gave us a week that night. She said, all right, next February, you guys can have a week. You guys are too good.
Really?
And
man. Wow.
And Yves Beauvais came down, who was the A&R for Sony Records. And I called him. I said, Yves, because he'd been interested in signing me as a solo. He actually wanted to make a solo album of folk arrangements. I've been doing that. He came to a gig and said, do you want to be on Columbia? I'm like, I don't know. I thought because it wouldn't work. No one would buy the record. I knew you only get one chance at that.
Yeah.
This was before the internet. I saw so many people make one record for Columbia Records and never do anything else.
Yeah. That
was a different era. And I called Yves back and I said, this is what you want to sign this collective, the Bad Plus. This has potential. I can tell it. The audiences are responding. And he came down, and then he called me the next day and said, okay, let's do it. And then the gig that February, we opened February 11th, 2003 at the Vanguard with the Columbia record. These Are the Vistas.
Yeah. Oh,
and that was my 30th. That was my 30th birthday.
Oh, ironically, again, you released.
Yeah. I somehow managed to do these things sort of around my birthday, I guess. But it was incredible, and the place was full, and the album was launched, and we had like nothing else was happening in jazz somehow that week because everybody wrote us up. It was just this weird, luck. Luck is very important. Someone I really love was this writer Donald Westlake, who passed away a few years ago, and he told me once, or he wrote once, I read what he said, that to have a career in the arts, you need three things. You need to work hard, you need talent, and you need luck.
Yep.
And you can go far on two of the three. I mean, really, if you work hard and have luck, you don't even need talent for a while.
Yeah.
But if you want to go the distance, you need all three. And some of the greats, they've had talent and worked hard, but didn't have that luck.
Exactly.
But Bad Plus had luck. When our album came out, February 2003, everyone paid attention. We were a big hot topic of debates. Everybody had to check us out. We got management, and we worked solid for 17 years. I was in that band, playing half the year on the road.
Yeah.